it with a year or 20,000 kilometers of free service. Also, it comes with a manufacturer's warranty of 5 years or 100,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. You can buy on credit. So go to their branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Tamale, Takwa, or Takrade, or you could ring them on 0302 910 204 for these great deals. Remember, this offer is valid while stock lasts. Toyota Starlet, a star is born. Toyota Ghana Company Limited is proud to be associated with Joy FM and Joy News' Drive Safe Tips on the Super Morning Show. Toyota, superior quality. Now, if you're thinking of the safest, hassle-free and most secure way of relocating or transporting your goods, then Logistics Movers is here for you with a professional and cost-effective way of moving your office and household items within and outside Accra or wherever you are on the planet. Logistics Movers has what it takes to put a smile on your face, and that is their hallmark. Call them on 050-127-7363, or you could try 030-291-8349. Oh, look, they fixed the number. 050-127-7363, right? Or 030-291-8349, or send an email to info@logisticsmovers.com, or you can go to logisticsmovers.com, the website, to learn more. Logistics Movers, we help you relocate. Right, it's 6:39, and normally we would bring you Say It Right, but of course we've got a lot of celebration to do today of the great man, so we're going to get straight to it. But of course, usually Say It Right is brought to you by Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited. Kingdom, your number one stop for all office essentials and stationery. Now, you know, saying it right does not come by chance. You need to read the right books early in life, and that is why Kingdom Books, your number one stop for books and stationery, with over 40 years' experience, is offering great discounts on readers and other learning materials to help your kids to say it right. Now, these readers, these books and learning materials include Phonics flashcards, Aesop's Fables, Oliver Twist, The Fish That Talked, Emperor and the Nightingale, Growing Up for Girls, Illustrated Classics, Junior Illustrated, Grammar, Punctuation, and so much more. Go to any Kingdom Books and Stationery shop, get a good discount on your purchase. And if you want to know more, just call 050-140-1050, or you could try 0244-311-955. All right, as always, the news review comes up now. Everybody's seated, and it's brought to you by CompuGhana. Shop at any CompuGhana branch nationwide and get up to 40% discount and free delivery. CompuGhana, passion for technology. A mighty oak has fallen. Did you guys ever meet him?
Yeah, I did.
What were your impressions of him?
Well, whenever you went to his office and you'd want to spend a short time, you ended up spending a longer time. And there were always instances where his huge sense of humor would come to play.
Yeah.
Because he would, crack a few jokes and everybody would burst into laughter.
Yeah.
And, well...
Speaking of laughter, 3 years ago for his 70th birthday, we did the play for him, Damaged Goods, at the National Theatre. And I remember that while we were on stage, we could hear his laughter above everybody else's laughter.
Yeah.
Especially when we dropped the line. You know, he had a way of mixing up some of the proverbs sometimes. So he had said Abuabe Kawa instead of saying no frantuma. Now,
Pardon?
Instead of him saying, you know, the saying is Abuabe Kawa nefu untumemu. And he had said Abuabe Kawa na ofrantuma.
I get it.
So in the play, we dropped that line, and you could hear him, ha ha, you know, like above the noise of the crowd. And it was a real honor to be able to do that for him on his 70th birthday.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we met him after, took pictures. You know, he had a lot of questions. I think you always walk away knowing that this man is larger than life, regardless of what people think of him and of the things that he may have done.
And, you know, today as we celebrate him, this is what we're going to keep hearing. Stories like this of, you know, the way his character was just beyond anything else or anyone else. You know, we have colleagues who worked closely with him. The very first time I ever spoke to him, I was in Cape Coast, actually. I spoke to him on the phone. I was hosting a show called the Valco Morning Flavor. It was a morning show on Radio Valco, which was an affiliate station of Joy FM. And I remember I'd come back from England on a holiday. I'd finished university and left, and I came back, and my colleagues who were still at Radio Valco said, come and host one show. So I came along and I said, well, I will only do it if you can get me Rawlings to interview. And at that point, he had just, of course, handed over to J.A. Kufuor. He was our only living ex-president. And I said, yeah, if you can get me Rawlings, I'll come, thinking they can never do that. Then this young person came out of one of the rooms and said, Rawlings, I can get him for you. And that was Seth Kwame Boateng. So my very first time speaking to Rawlings, Seth Kwame Boateng got him for us to interview him all the way out in Cape Coast by phone. And that was an interview that lasted almost an hour. He spent his morning with us on the radio, and that I'll never forget.
Days after the burial, the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, fell sick and was hospitalized. A lot of efforts were made. I know the president was in touch with his brother. Little did we know that former president would leave us. So we've come here formally to inform the president and the entire government that this is what has happened. It is true. Jerry John Rawlings is no more. Members of the Rawlings family, first of all, I have to welcome you to the seat of the presidency of our country, to Jubilee House, and extend my deepest condolence and sympathies to the family. To now, we have to call her his widow, children, brothers, cousins, the entire family. I was given this information this morning when I arrived at the office, and I found it hard up till now to really incorporate, assimilate the information. He's a man of great vitality, dynamism and energy. It's very difficult to conceive of him as a dead body lying in a morgue. But then, I think one of the things that all of us have got to get used to is that the Almighty has His own plans for each one of us. And improbable as some things may be, nevertheless they happen. It's a moment for reflection and for continuing to believe in His purpose, that He has a purpose for each one of us. And as it appears, former president's work here on earth has come to an end. He and I had a tempestuous relationship going over many, many years, but I believe that we came to see value in each other. That's how I put it by the end. Extremely disturbed and saddened by his passage. He's not an ordinary Ghanaian. He was the first president of our Fourth Republic, a man who held the supreme office in Ghana, and therefore his passage has to be a matter for the Ghanaian nation. I know the feeling of family on such an occasion, but I think that you would understand if I say that on the death of such a man, precedence has to be given to the state of Ghana. So the Chief of Staff, their office, will be in touch with Colonel Abutri and the family and Akonedo Ajiman Rawlings for us to agree on how we proceed. Time for funeral, all those things have to be agreed upon, but that the state has to pull out all the stops and make sure that he's given a most befitting and dignified exit. I'm determined to do that. I think his contribution to this country's history is there for all to see. And at the end, he's had to leave. I think a grateful nation should show its appreciation of him in the manner in which it organizes his send-off. So I'd like you to tell our former First Lady that is a decision that I've taken. We're to give him a state funeral, and that between her and the Chief of Staff, whatever arrangements that have to be made will be made. Clearly, the wishes of the family cannot be ignored, and they will not be ignored. But at the end of the day, the actual processes will be the processes of the Ghanaian nation. Just give him a befitting send-off. So I'm appreciate very much your coming to inform me fully and formally of this development. When I was informed about it, I did, through the Chief of Staff, inform the family that having regard to who he was, I believe that the announcement of his death to the country should be the responsibility of the President. And it is on that basis that I had issued a statement announcing formally the death of President Rawlings. So that therefore provides us with the framework within which we can go forward. I know the Colonel very well from a long time ago. I know his attachment to his nephew and the beautiful children. How they must be truly shattered by what has happened today. Extend my deepest condolence to you, to your sisters, and to your brother. It's not going to be an easy time for you these days ahead of us. But I'm sure that some of the strength in him is in you as well. So you'll find a way of being able to accommodate the development. I want to thank you once again for coming to give us this news in a formal manner. We're Ghanaians and we know how these things are done. But as I say, on the part of the state, no effort will be spared to make sure that the president is sent off like a president, a man who has held the highest office. For many people, the founder of the Fourth Republic, and we should honor him as such.
So you just heard the president there receiving the family of the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, when they came to inform him of his passing. And of course, before that, you heard the head of Mr. Rawlings' family making the announcement. With his voice breaking, you could really sense the emotion. Well, this is a rather special and significant Super Morning show. We're celebrating the life of the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, who even at 73 has gone too soon. The online review is brought to you usually every morning by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle, good energy. And if there's ever a day when we need some good energy, it is today. So listen, if you need to fill up your tank, there's only one place for it. That's a Goil filling station. There are over 400 of them across the country, and you can buy fuel and lubricants with your GH Link card in any of them, which means you can then track all of your purchases on your monthly statement, which is always a blessing. Go cashless and protect yourself and stick to all the COVID-19 protocols in these times. Goil, good energy. Goil, Yenara Yenze. So you can now get 50 gigabytes of data free whenever you buy a Surfline device at any Surfline shop or retail outlet today. Surfline is Ghana's premier 4G LTE network, and it puts the whole world in your hands. This 50 gigabyte offer gives you enough data to power your digital lifestyle for school, for work, virtual team meetings, all of your streaming services, as well as sharing fun moments with family and friends. Their bundle offerings will give you the flexibility to choose between no expiry or never running out of data. So, whether it's internet for your whole family, your school, your office, or yourself, Ghana's only true 4G network has got you covered with this 50 gigabyte offer. Walk into any of their shops or retail outlets in Accra, Tema, and Takrady to buy a device and redeem 50 gigabytes of internet instantly for free. Surfline. It's about time.
Of condolence messages have been pouring in. George Weah, President of Liberia, was one of the first to send his condolences to the nation and to the family. Also, President Buhari sent his condolences. Former President Goodluck Jonathan also took to Twitter to send us some love and strength. Joe Biden also sent us some condolences. Of course, we heard from former President John Mahama and his family, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Amachidede as well, tweeting about the death of President Rawlings, a lot of our musicians, a lot of our politicians.
Indeed. And there's more after the BBC, which follows these messages.